I sent you guys the lyrics so you could follow along and see how clever I am. Did you get that one part about the nachos?
Yes. I got a chip on my shoulder.
But I'm nacho. Basic. Artist, face it. I'll get you face it.
Did you know that me and you sent a text at the same time? Like I said, any emails this week, and then you immediately sent that.
No, I sent the lyrics the night before.
I sent the email text twice.
Yeah.
I sent the lyrics yesterday.
I know.
Yeah.
Or the night before.
Yeah. He sent the email. You must have missed it because he said
It
we
was
got
literally like at the same time.
Yeah.
Oh, because mine was so long it probably covered yours. I didn't even go back up and see it. I see.
I know. I thought it was hysterical because he said we got the emails, and then you sent that immediately.
I was like, somebody sent that?
Yeah.
And then he goes, we got any emails?
Okay. I got what you guys are... Let's see what happened there. It's just a classic little misunderstanding. Hope everybody knows their favorite color for real. They're coming at you. The questions during the intro.
Okay.
Rock the beat.
Episode 8, this is so great, hello. Listen when your bro say OJ Yellow. Or maybe don't, cause your baby bro may be just a crazy colorblind fellow. This podcast hard, other podcast jello. By that I mean jealous and soft as a pillow. And when I say soft, I also call it marshmallow mushroom. Not the pizza place, I'm talking portobello. Rapping over cellos, the best lyricist to exist. Doing this on a podcast intro. Think about it, it's kinda like Stockholm Syndrome. I'm trapped in a studio without no windows. Wait, was that a double negative? I hate it when I gotta sacrifice the English language to keep it competitive with the compound syllable rhymes. Easing your mind, putting mine in anguish, but it's got me anxious. I am not one to play with. You should probably walk away quick. I got this chip on my shoulder, but I'm not your basic artist. Face it, or get your face it. I'm a supernova, champagne tasting. No, I am no oasis. If you're struggling to see me, it's cause I'm so far in the first place that I look mosaic, but you're witnessing greatness. Can I get an amen? Ninja assassin with a pen. Episode 8 coming in hot. The RTB pod back at it again. Can I get an amen? Ninja assassin with a pen. Episode 8 coming in hot. The RTB pod back at it again. Welcome back to the Rock the Beat Studios podcast. It is 8 minutes past the hour. I am your host, Rexo. That's R-E-X-O. I am joined at this door table by a few co-hosts. And today we're going to learn a little bit more about our co-host. Gentlemen, when I introduce you, respond with your favorite color and nothing else. That's you, Bobby G, if you know what I'm saying. To my left, we have Quozo.
Red.
Just past him, Bobby G.
Green.
To my immediate right is Deputy Dave.
Blue.
Right past him, my tragically colorblind little brother. Can't tell anything but black and white. Pat.
Green.
Yeah, right. Here at the RTB Pod, we are super aware that there are 3 or 4 other podcasts out there that you could choose from. But you chose us, and I believe I speak for almost every one of us when I say that we'd like to take this time to thank you from the middle of our hearts. Now, without further ado, let's get to it. Gentlemen, how are you?
Today I'm in the mood to say thank you, so I'm going to go ahead and say thank you. I'm feeling better today.
Did you know that was about you?
Yeah, for sure.
I think I speak for almost all of us.
No, I woke up pretty thankful this morning.
Yeah, but last Sunday you were like, no.
I know, I put my favorite shoes on today. I put my favorite socks on today. I put my
Those are
favorite
your
pants
favorite shoes?
Yeah.
I wish you hadn't said that.
That's what I said too.
Why?
Those are
They ugly.
Those are some interesting favorite
Oh,
shoes.
you know, my wife got them for me for Christmas, so they're very
Well, that's very
special. in my
sweet.
heart.
They have to be your favorite.
No, I love them. They're awesome shoes. I'm a shoe fanatic. I love all shoes.
I think those are
I
called
think-
sneakerheads.
I
right?
think people that pick out shoes and don't like that or I do like that, I think they're weird, you know, personally.
I'm very picky about shoes.
What's
I
your
don't know
favorite
why.
kind of shoes?
I don't know. I just like them comfy and to not look ridiculous.
I'm doing pretty good.
What about those?
I wouldn't wear those.
He's been wearing the same shoes since the 8th grade, though, so.
What do you mean you're doing pretty good?
You asked how everybody was doing.
Oh.
I'm doing pretty good as well.
I got my Captain America socks on, so I can't have a bad day.
Deputy Dave?
I like how y'all all looked like you'd be on the
Oh, good, good.
Dave's good.
My
Back
sister-in-law.
still hurts, but I'm here.
Thanks for the water, by the way.
Everybody had little mini waters at their mic.
I do have something, we're not going to get into it today, but I do have something I think we all need to talk about at some point. And I think about this every time you do the intro.
The aliens.
What?
I don't even know what the conversation needs to be, but I really want to talk about where you feel like you sit in the list of rappers that don't know you're above them.
I can't.
Like famous rappers?
Well, you're my favorite, and I'm not going to say where I'm at.
No, I love rapping, like I really do. Like, and I don't think I'm bad at it, but it's really hard to rap with you.
Why?
You're very clever.
Dude, every
That's
week.
slow.
No,
slow.
stop. Every week. What is that? But that was 32? Was that 32?
Oh, I don't know.
I think it was.
It's really hard to keep up when you're writing the intro because I'm not thinking about a section to fill between hooks or choruses. It's just
Right, you're just going
right.
until you. But you're
hard
writing
to-
in fours, right?
Kinda.
But you're never writing like 23 bars.
You hear at the very end where it said, "Can I get an amen for the second time?" I was like, "Well, this ended up short. Let's just repeat the last 4."
No, but it's like you do that in a week, and that's better than most things. I can't find things during the week that are that talented, and we need to have that conversation one
Well,
day.
you don't ever have time. Like I
No,
have
no,
a lot
no,
of
no.
alone time without Cassie sitting beside me.
True,
So when you want to write, you have to do it in front of somebody.
true.
So when
There's
you're,
nothing worse than the like sitting in the car and going.
when you're asking him, to grade himself where he stands.
No, I think we need to do it as a group.
The pinnacle of the
well,
rap
I can't
community.
get into that because.
Yeah, they don't know.
But
I know.
I guess what
I,
I'm saying
I do
is,
know
like,
you're
are you
much better
judging-
than Little Pump and Little Xan and all these little.
I don't know about Lil Xan.
We're not really
Shots fired.
judging on like the actual success of the rapper, just like
Just ability.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
I
I don't
get you.
rank myself like
And
that.
maybe these are just
not that
things.
you're not successful.
I'm the
I
best
hear-
there's ever been, and I'd have no respect for any rapper that doesn't think they're the best there's ever been. It's a trait of a rapper you have to have, otherwise I just can't
But
take
there
you
are
serious.
certain people that say it that you don't take seriously when they say it.
Yeah, but I respect that they think that. Because if you don't think that,
But,
why
like,
are you doing
it's-
it?
That's the same as like a boxer or a fighter.
But it's
Like
a-
you have to think that.
You
it's
have
a-
to think you're the best.
Subtle diss to be like, no, I get that you got to think that. I get that. Like, yeah, you should feel that way, and that shows no fear. You know what I mean? Like when someone
Yeah.
says that and you feel the need to disprove them, that shows more credibility. I think. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't
Well-
know. I mean, I just hear things, and maybe not everybody hears it. I don't know, but like when you're putting certain things together and the timing and the phrasing, and I don't know. Every week I think you're gonna run out, and you don't.
Of rounds.
Or not even run out of rhymes. I know you'll always have rhymes, but the beat changes, everything changes, the style changes every week.
What I thought was going to be interesting is going to be 20. When I get to
quit.
20, it kind of gets more repetitive
'Cause you'd start
then the
over.
rhyme will be 1 again, and then 22 the rhyme will be 2, the main rhyme,
Yeah, but 22 and 32.
Yeah, then I'm forced
You
in
gotta-
all the 20s. How many
syllables.
20s are there? Can I mix with compound syllable rhymes on the 21?
Oh yeah, because the first
gotta bust out the
syllable's always going
dictionary.
to be 20.
Yeah, but then you get in the 30s and it's just a very subtle change. I'm still in the ones.
I'm going to be on 22.
You've
I don't know
already- you
about
thought of a
you.
rhyme for 22.
But I'm
No, 'cause I'm
feeling
gonna bite you when I-
22. Taylor's my girl.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, that is something that crossed my mind. We don't have to dive into that, but
Well, I think
It's-
that was a compliment.
I'll tell you, it's weird. No, this is weird.
Enough of that.
Rapping with like someone that you truly think is the best rapper that you've ever heard. Like because I've seen the process. I know how it works, and he does it in no time. And it's like it's hard to listen to other people and be like, respect it.
Why'd you take 3 years to drop that album?
I know it's like, he does an intro.
Because you make so many songs and then you never release them. I
Dude,
don't know how many
the
songs you've
best
played, and I've
songs-
been like, wow, that's so good, and then I never hear it
My
ever
top
again.
10
He's
songs.
like, no, it's garbage.
My
Yeah.
top 10 rap songs are on that computer somewhere where we would take
You gotta
weeks
be.
to find.
You gotta judge yourself the hardest.
Yeah,
Well,
but
yeah,
I think
no doubt.
some of it's like, you just don't do anything with it when it's already fantastic.
What do you want me to do? Just put it out?
Yeah, I
Like-
mean, like you
Yeah,
put
we'll
a bunch
take-
of them on the tube.
That costs $45
the
to release a
YouTubes,
single.
not on the YouTubes.
Just put it on the YouTubes
Yeah,
with a
put them all
picture.
on the YouTubes. Yeah,
I
Because
tell you,
making
though,
a lyric video takes
just put the
10
audio
times longer
on.
than a song.
every time someone asks me that question, though, why doesn't he put his music out? Why doesn't he do this? Or why doesn't you know what I think of every time?
What?
I'm so good with my life right now. What is it?
You said that on the last
I
podcast.
did. Did you
Yeah.
hear it on the playback or when I said it?
No, on the playback, and when I was editing, I thought about switching and going into that song. And my wife right now, it's all right now.
Yep. Every time someone says that to me, I'm just like, you don't understand. He's good.
These are lyrics from the song you've never heard.
It's one of the best songs.
Anyway, so
So podcast time.
I'm going to take that as a compliment, I think, and
You
we'll
should.
continue. Do you guys know that Sting and Shaggy made an album together? And
Yes.
it is listenable
Is it?
at best.
What does that sound like?
Wait till you're at the beach.
Wait.
It's great beach music.
Okay.
Like a lot of steel drums.
Yeah, it's Jamaican music, and pretty much Shaggy.
That Sting voice though, I can't.
He literally tells you how they met in his lyrics, and
Sting does? Or?
yeah, and he's like, Shaggy called me down here, and I'm hanging out with my friends in Jamaica, and we were making an album.
What are we going to write about? Well...
The sand.
My good friend Shaggy invited me to.
I saw a dolphin over there.
Yeah,
Shaggy's the one that did the.
It
it
wasn't.
wasn't me.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Just listen to it. It's don't listen to it twice, but
Did you see
Go through
that
it once.
October's Very Own came out on Spotify?
what's that?
Drake's mixtape?
You mean So Far Gone?
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. I
Sorry.
listened to it twice.
Sorry.
It holds up, I think.
It does. No, you know my favorite one is the one, what is it? Say It's Real?
Oh, on the Kanye
It's
beat.
just bars.
I really like Successful and
Yeah, that's always good. You know, I always forget about that Wayne verse.
Uptown. Yeah,
Because
Wayne.
Successful ends and then you just hear, oh.
Yeah. You know what kind of upset me that didn't hold up as good for me as Wayne?
What'd you listen to?
Like, I just remember thinking he was the best there ever was on as
Have
a
you,
feature.
You know what you want to need to listen? Oh,
And then going back and listening as a feature, he was like, not a great feature.
that's not his best, I will admit. And I didn't love it when it came out. But if you want to remember Wayne, one of my favorite things to go listen to is I'm Not a Human Being.
Is that one of the...
Sorry for the wait.
Sorry for the Wait's good, but I'm Not a Human Being, it might be, it's just so hype. And it's his best energy, I think.
Do you like Shooter?
Yeah, I do. Shooter, shooter, shooter.
What's that?
Carter 2.
Oh,
Robin Thicke.
I never heard the Carter 2. I started on
It's
3.
his best album.
That's what I heard.
It's amazing.
I haven't heard it, but I heard it was his
I used
best.
to know the whole
And now
album.
I feel like I can't go back now because
You
it
can.
wouldn't hold up.
It would.
BG saying no.
You would understand why I love Lil Wayne if you went and listened to it.
Because he's a fireman. Fire.
That's my least favorite. It's one of my favorite songs, but it's my least favorite on that album. I love everything so much more.
I like a Millie.
That's 3.
That's 3.
I don't care.
A million
Dude,
here.
I still go back and listen to the Carter 1 occasionally. I love it too.
Why?
Because it's him like becoming Lil Wayne.
I'm going to super glue this mic
I think that
still.
was Go DJ, wasn't it? Or is that Carter 2?
I think
That's
it was
Carter
good
2.
DJ. Was it? I don't know.
Go DJ.
You're my DJ.
Cause that's my DJ.
It totally holds up.
Tish has no idea. She can't even wrap her head around why I like Lil Wayne. And
Is that a play on words?
I don't know. Was it?
Rap.
Oh. I guess it's like, because to her, the voice, I think, is just too uncomfortable, you know?
That's how Cassie feels about Kendrick Lamar.
It's similar, though.
He's
It's
got a
like,
weird voice, doesn't
yeah,
he?
yeah. But I think, to me,
He's the
that's
best.
the difference. Like, that's what makes him stand out. I don't know.
I
It's
like
like-
Lil Wayne just because he came to Afghanistan one time when I was there.
Really? That's
Yeah.
super cool
Yeah.
that he did that.
Yeah, he didn't stay long though because
Yeah,
when
why would you?
Well, so most of them stay like I don't know a couple weeks, like 2 or 3 weeks. He ended up staying like maybe a week because from the day he landed, like it was nothing but like mortar rounds we were getting. So yeah, he's like, no, I gotta get out of here, guys. He's like, respect, y'all do your thing. I gotta go home.
Appreciate y'all.
This is too much like New Orleans.
Where was the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air born?
Philadelphia. Born and raised.
You
On the
didn't.
playground. was
You
where I
thought we
spent
weren't
most
gonna
of
know
my
that
days.
one.
I was hoping y'all'd start singing it.
Chilling out, max and relaxing, all cool and all shooting some b-ball outside of school,
And a couple of guys that were up to no good started making trouble in my neighborhood.
I got one little fight and my mom got scared.
Said you're moving with your auntie and uncle in Bel Air.
I whistled for a cab and we. Oh,
There's
wait,
actually
before
a
we
whole
stop it.
nother part, like verse, where he's on an airplane.
Yeah. There's
Yeah.
2 versions. Pat found his karaoke song, huh?
Russell
I
would
noticed
break
you
out
didn't.
into that in Tennessee Sean
I
concerts.
did enjoy y'all breaking out into song in that podcast. Especially, y'all have like a little karaoke vibe together.
What do you
They
mean?
Take y'all out.
Those were original songs.
Both of them. Didn't you sing it? No, y'all sang yeah, Easy.
You wouldn't believe what I cut out of that podcast.
No, I would.
No, there was some singing.
Oh, they were singing
Yeah.
that got cut out? Y'all sang a country song, though, didn't you?
Gretchen Wilson.
Yeah.
I'm a closet Gretchen Wilson fanatic.
You don't have to get in the closet about that.
I kind of do.
It's 2019, bro.
Where's she been?
The greatest lyricist of all time.
Anybody in the closet about anything in this day and age, to me,
It's Ronda Rousey.
is ridiculous.
You think Gretchen Wilson's Ronda Rousey?
Yes.
In disguise.
They're the same person?
Yes.
Apparently, we are an investigative podcast.
She hung up country music and started
We
whooping
a little bit of everything on this
Been
podcast.
exposed, Gretchen.
Listen to this sound drop I got.
Could she have technically sued me if I was illegal?
I missed it. I had my headphones off.
Shoot.
Sorry.
We can't play it again.
I know.
Could she have technically sued me if I was illegal?
What were you talking about? I don't remember.
When he ran out in front of a car.
Yeah. I was illegal.
So, as a pedestrian, you always have the right of way.
Isn't that how you would say that, though? You were illegal?
If I did something illegal.
I don't know. I just remember editing it and falling out of my computer chair laughing and being like, "Oh, I'm saving this one for sure."
I remember you saying that live, and I was like, "Is he talking about like he's an illegal alien or something?"
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
That's the way it came off to me.
No one else's table
All
is,
your opinions are facts.
no one else's section at the table is doing as good as mine with Sharpie writings.
You told us not to use the Sharpies.
No, it's a new thing. The whole table is a graffiti board. And I went and bought double packs of Sharpies so you could.
I'm drawing.
Yeah, very childish.
Could she have technically sued me if I was illegal?
Yes.
I'm glad I'm not the only one getting ISO'd. Holy moly.
I still got you over here.
I know.
I'm just waiting until I say something that makes it on there.
I know.
I keep trying, but I haven't made it yet.
You haven't said anything that's
I
just
haven't.
ridiculous and loud and singled out. Like most of the time, if you do say something that needs to be a sound bite, it's on top of everybody else, and I can't separate it.
So the aliens.
Yeah, are we getting into that?
We have an intro for the aliens.
We should take a poll of our podcast hosts to see who believes in the aliens and who don't, and to what extent.
It's not that simple, though.
It isn't that simple.
Supposing that creature, the one you killed, was capable of taking ideas directly from other people's brains and transferring them to its own.
You mean it sucked other people's brains?
Absorbed through the eyes.
Okay, so let's take this slow, though.
Let's slow walk this alien dog.
First, I do think we should get everybody's opinion.
Well, I think we should take it in stages.
Yeah.
So, for example, do y'all believe that there's alien life out there in the universe?
Yes.
Can I say that I either believe there's none or there's a ton?
You got to say one or the other. Which one do you believe is more likely?
Do we need to
There's a-
specify what type of life, though? Because would you consider a worm or
Yes.
a fish?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Do you? Well, okay. So are we talking other life or other intelligent life?
Other life at this point in time.
Yes. I'm down with that.
Yes.
Rexo?
Absolutely not.
There's no other life besides
We're the
us
only
in the
thing in the
universe.
world.
We are the only
in the
ones.
universe.
In the
The
universe.
only ones in the universe.
Okay.
Pat with the facts.
I do not believe in aliens.
Pat with the facts.
So
said
you
no.
don't believe that there's any other life in the universe besides us?
Correct.
Not even a fish.
Actually, well, I won't get into that, but
Well, this is what we're here for.
Yeah, that's what we're doing.
no. Yeah, I believe in God.
I mean, we can make it a theological.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. I mean, I'm completely on board there.
Yeah.
I'll dive into it too.
God doesn't mean that there's not other aliens.
Right.
So
No, but he
this
asked me if there's other life forms.
This
yeah,
is
yeah.
life
I
out
like
there.
that. No. That's I
Yeah,
like
but-
that
Not that-
clarification.
I mean, not that
But
God didn't say
God-
anything about aliens, but
Yeah.
he asked me if there was other stuff
Life
out there.
forms and yeah.
and there
my
might
mother,
be.
who is one of like the most religious people there is, because I think if we found aliens, especially intelligent ones, it would challenge people's like religious
would-
beliefs.
it
big
would-
time. But
Strength in mine,
so
I think.
well, so my mother, we were talking about this when I was way younger, but I remember her response was, "Well, you know, I believe that God is so much smarter than all of us. We can't comprehend how intelligent He is, and I would just imagine that somebody that smart they wouldn't put all their eggs in one basket."
Yeah, I'm not saying that aliens don't exist because I believe in God. I'm saying aliens don't exist because there is no proof.
Can I ask you a question
At
though?
all.
Do you believe that they don't exist now? There's a chance that will come to exist, or do you believe that it is impossible for life to exist off of planet Earth?
No, I just don't believe in aliens because there's no proof.
There is proof.
Let's hear it.
Well, hang on.
Change my mind.
Well, here's what I want to ask
They
though.
found bacteria on Mars.
Boom. Life on other planets.
Well, let's see the facts about the bacteria on Mars. I want to see
All
it.
right, hang on. Okay, so
My question is, if there are aliens somewhere in the universe, where are they?
I believe they're here already.
So there's a lot of different ways
No.
you got to look at this, okay? And
I only look at it one way.
We're about to lose some listeners because of y'all.
why? Because aliens.
I think a majority of people on Earth believe that they're
Yeah.
aliens.
So
I don't know about a majority.
the start of the alien conversation was the Fermi paradox, and we know that, right? And that is the question of, if there are people, where is everybody
are
else?
they?
Right. And why have they not contacted us yet? Now, I have a couple issues with this due to the fact that this is under the assumption that they haven't contacted us, or we don't have any proof of it, because information in our current cultural state is controlled by other people. Like,
Is that where Bobby G is?
I believe that they're here and that there are multiple races here.
And that the government is hiding them from us?
I believe so, yes.
Okay. I was just making sure we knew where you were.
that's kind of
But on the flip coin, it's
Flip
like
coin.
flip side of the coin.
on the dark side of the coin.
Okay, I believe that, if they weren't here, that it would be an extremely good way to implement a one world government by
go-
faking, the existence of aliens and scaring us all into, unification.
So I was having a conversation
Not as much belief in that as I do that the aliens are here.
2 weeks ago about this, right? And how the existence of aliens could spark the unification, air quotes, of the whole world, due to the fact that you could implement fear in the entire globe, thinking that we have to band together
Or be destroyed.
or be destroyed. Yeah.
I don't think you'd see that. You would have people that would want to band together to maybe fight against them.
Well, you'd have two sides, right?
Yeah, then there would be people that are like, no, they're our overlords. We must bow to them. They're gods. And you would have those people going
Yeah.
at it. And then you might have, say, religious zealots that would just completely deny it. And they would fight to the death. Even if there's an alien standing in front of them, they're going to fight everybody else.
because then you're talking, is it really an alien? Maybe it's, they take it to a religious aspect, they're demons. Because there is that, conspiracy theory that aliens aren't aliens. They're manifestations of another dimension that are demons and angels and
Yeah, while we're there,
and spirits.
Pat, what's your thoughts on that? Like alien or demons, and do you believe that Lucifer exists on Earth, like in man form?
No.
I don't.
So you don't
either,
believe
but-
in the physical manifestations of, angels and demons and
I think
spirits and
the
stuff?
devil can influence you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's an energy, not a.
As far as like,
Physical form.
I
But
mean, as
but-
far as like the exorcism stuff, I don't really know, but
Do you okay? So like the devil can
feel
influence
like-
you. Can he influence a human being to the point that he is a child of Satan? I guess.
But see, then you have the people that are
You believe in redemption for all?
yes,
just by asking for,
God has
for forgiveness.
so much love for His children. Then yes,
Right. So I agree, but where I struggle with that is, historically.
I think Hitler
How many
could have asked
times-
for forgiveness and he would have went to heaven.
Well, because technically Hitler didn't do those things.
I do love to think
Yeah.
that, but my issue with, like, I struggle with that. You know what I mean? Like, you look at Hitler and Stalin.
Stalin was way worse. Than
Now,
Hitler.
see, here's the thing. I don't think we have to worry about this equation because I don't think those people ask for forgiveness. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, especially if Hitler committed suicide, because apparently suicide in some religions, suicide is the only thing you can do and not ask, because you can't ask for forgiveness.
Right,
because
it's too
you've
late.
done
You're
it.
taking away the ultimate
Right.
gift.
right. From what I understand is really strict Catholics will not do your funeral services.
No, that you are
if you-
excommunicated.
Yeah. You can't have a Catholic funeral.
You
if
can't be
commit
buried in a
suicide.
Catholic
Yeah.
cemetery. I think your family's not even supposed to.
Because the Catholic, you can pretty much do whatever you want and ask for forgiveness.
Yeah.
But you
As long
can't
as you-
ask for
yeah.
forgiveness after you've killed
Yeah.
yourself because you're
You
dead.
go and you tell your sins to the priest, and then you do like 500 Hail Marys and. move
So
on.
do you believe
500.
That's a lot of Hail
And-
Marys.
Like a phrase like Hail Mary, full of grace, whatever. It's
Oh
like
gosh,
a,
right.
Yeah, I'm not Catholic, so I don't know.
do you believe this is a singular dimension and the only dimension that exists in the world or in the universe?
I don't really know what that means.
Do you think that there are alternate
3D, 4D?
like there's a mirror person
So,
of you in
I
another
guess
dimension.
No,
if
I don't
you
believe
believe
that.
in God, you have to believe in separate dimensions, right? He wouldn't exist solely on our dimension because that's what would separate
When
him,
you're
in
saying
my
dimension, what are you saying?
On this
opinion. Our
physical plane.
existence, the way we understand this
In this universe.
in this universe, the plane, right? So that's my conversation. Like when people ask me about aliens and God and all this, and I'm like, our understanding of the universe is probably probably less than a few percent. You know what I mean? Like how things work and everything we can see, we're not taking into account for all the things that we can't see and or understand. So the way I really try to think about this is, you know, just like the simple things in scripture that God talks about created in the image of, and we're all of the same energy, right?
But then you also have to look at that too, though. Those scriptures were interpreted by a man,
Which is why
whose brain can't.
even more wider to me, because some man wrote this thing down like, I got it. It's good. I understand it.
You explain this to me in a dream, I'm all right.
And then but if you really think about what he was probably trying to say is that everything that this universe is down to its finest, most finite piece of matter is probably some energy of God, right? The whole thing is...
Sounds bizarre to me.
Sounds like you
And
just
we're
did
all
what
a piece
you
of that energy.
accused somebody else of doing.
Like what?
You just accused of some man writing something down that was interpreted from God, and then you just interpreted what you think.
No. Yeah, for sure. No, I'm not accusing anybody of that being wrong. I'm accusing us as a whole of not being able to understand it.
I would agree with that. There's a lot.
And probably the guy that wrote or interpreted this had like maybe a second grade education.
For sure. And like you think about it, and I'm not accusing anybody of anything that is wrong, because there's no way I'm getting it right. You know what I mean? And as a whole, I feel like if we came to terms to accept that and just started piecing together different people's perspectives of it, it might make more sense.
Let's take it back to, are there aliens in our dimension?
Yes.
Let's
For
talk
sure.
about our
Got
dimension.
real serious there.
Yeah, sorry.
In our dimension, aliens are either our age or younger than us as a species.
You think? You don't think
Yes.
there's ancient aliens?
If there are, they would have found us because we're already searching.
How do you know they haven't found us?
They have found us.
Well, that's the other thing. Maybe they found us and they think,
What's your opinions of the Great Filter?
we're either going to make it and we're going to find them because we want to find them, don't we?
Well, how,
Oh, yeah.
what leads you to have the evidence that there's no one in the same position as us that just
That's what I
hasn't-
said. They're our age or younger.
Oh, okay, yeah.
They're as far as we are,
for
younger.
Sure, for sure.
If we're either about to go find them, and I
In
say
the-
about in the next million years.
In the ballpark of our age, not being
Yeah.
like within a year. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
In the next million years, we're already showing signs of going out and looking for things.
well,
so
apparently
we're
we're going to Mars in
Yeah.
like what?
2030.
That's still like a
Not a
grain
big
of sand.
No, have you seen? They've already picked some of the
It's
astronauts
walking it into
for
the driveway
2030.
when you're going to
They're,
Japan.
they're
Oh, yeah.
like they're teenagers right
For
now,
real.
Yeah.
and they're training them already. Like I watched a.
Can you imagine being
TED
like
Talk.
16 and you're like
Yeah.
being about going to Mars?
I don't
There's
think I could
aliens
do
out
it.
there. They're stupid.
I don't think so. I think they're so.
Just like us.
They're like dinosaurs.
No, they're going to be really stupid, and we're just
There's-
probably going to find them.
They're as far
And
as
then we're
us,
going to kill them.
So one of my
or not as far.
favorite questions in this conversation was, you know, they were talking about how you get to this point where maybe you are smart enough to travel out and go to other places, but is there some shift when you're that intelligent that you realize maybe it's more about looking inward than it is outward and evolving as a society instead of...
You lost me.
Well, so our issue as human beings is always going to be that we're constantly consuming the globe. We're never sustainable, right? Because we're just growing, and it spread. It's a
Yeah.
virus essentially.
Yeah, we are a
What?
parasite.
Yeah, and
No, this is ours. This is our
so when do you think about when you think about expanding? Do you get intelligent enough at a point to go, no, let's sustain instead of consume?
So you start killing people, limiting the birth rate.
Are you fixing to tie like our trash back into this?
And you get these trash cans that.
I've got it figured out.
If you start
No,
recycling
but-
today,
but we don't live responsibly. No human being I know truly lives sustainably. There's always got to be more of something, you know.
Well, you don't know everybody, so
I know there are people out there that I think they do it, but I think it's a small percentage. You know what I mean?
True.
Like our cycle's never a full circle. It's like, oh no, I need this. I'm the biggest victim of it.
what's your biggest theory on the Great Filter? Which one you going with? Which one are you most scared of?
Most scared of?
Which one do you think is most likely?
I see. I don't like to pick one and just this is what it is for me. I like to think
The
about
most likely in your head of how things are.
probably that if there is another alien race out there, they are within our universal age versus haven't figured out. Because when you travel at high rates through space, if you hit a speck of dust, you explode. So there's just no way to travel
Unless
far
you have
enough
a shield.
fast enough. Right, but
And they've already started looking at static electricity for actual shield that would. It's not really gonna
That was
block
not my
anything,
question.
but it's gonna
okay.
block things.
So explain a little. What is your theory? What
No,
would be
I don't
most-
want mine. I want yours. Like, what is your favorite great filter theory? What will stop us from finding them?
Oh,
we're
you
gonna
mean
nuke
out of
them.
all the options,
Out of all the
Nuke
options,
each other.
AI.
That's what's gonna happen.
AI is your favorite?
artificial intelligence will kill us.
That's the scariest one to me.
Yeah, for sure.
I would rather it be AI, though, than the disease.
Then flu stuff and yes,
Yeah.
AI hands down.
Like we messed up in a lab, and
Because at least
that's
with
going to suck.
AI, yeah, or like some micro black hole sucks us up that we.
That they created CERN with the
Yes,
Hadron
and
Collider.
it's like, God, I don't-
Particle colliders.
Yeah, I mean, there's just
Golly.
so I do think
That's
our lives will
terrifying.
be the start of a very interesting transition in our race as a whole, as humanity.
I think
So
if we
they-
get people to Mars, we'll be okay. If
They-
we can get
no.
like 100, I think we'll be all
Like
right.
Bobby G just said, Mars is walking to the end of the driveway on your way to Japan.
Yeah. See, I think what would have been cool is if we could have done all this stuff that we're doing here on the moon.
Yeah.
The aliens wouldn't like that.
You're probably right, and then but then we would know they were there.
We're
You know what I
digging
mean?
in their backyard. Get out of here, you crazy kids!
I listened to a podcast this week, and they said, let's say our sun is a ping pong ball. That's the size of our sun. Put that in Cleveland, and the closest star, another ping pong ball, it would be in Jacksonville, Florida, for a
and then
size
you
reference.
Expand it back
Yeah.
out. and-
Wow.
But also our universe, or not our universe, but our galaxy compared to all the other galaxies, like we're in the backwoods. Like we're so far away.
From the
There's-
center of the galaxy.
Yeah, well, that and just galaxies in general, because there's lots of them that are actually clustered closer together.
They're
Yeah.
moving through each other.
Yeah.
But see, originally they looked in the middle of the clusters where they're finding out that, like for us, for example, I don't think we're very close to.
No, we're out on like one of the arms.
Right. So they were talking about how that's a much better space to look for. But you talk about, man, covering the space it would require to be able to say, nope, no aliens. I mean, it just can't be done.
They said if the continental United States was the universe, the center of the continental United States is somewhere in Kansas. Let's say that's the center of the universe. Then our galaxy is a grain of sand somewhere in West Tennessee. That's how far we are from the center of the universe.
Yeah. And then you talk about
The ping pong balls on to our closest star.
that, and then like that's a galaxy.
And
But
that's a,
think
that's a
about
big part of our problem
how
too.
many of them there are.
We're so far out.
So there should be
Okay, so my
people
issue with it
or
is
species.
if you go trek across all of existence in its entirety, and that's the other thing. So if you believe that matter is expanding,
And
it
we can
always
only
has
see so
been,
far.
Yeah, everything's getting further and further away too. So if we're gonna get there, we got to go now, right? But if you think about, even if the smartest, most efficient culture lived somewhere way, I mean, there's no way they could get here or even communicate.
Why not?
how not?
Because you just go back to your reference now of the space that we're a grain of sand. What is the chances
Like
that
the
you're
United
going to?
States.
But you're talking about
Our galaxy.
so,
is
in
a
my
grain of
opinion,
sand.
I just said it. There are multiple alien races here. That it's a sphere of influence. The same way we're in
already
Africa
here.
in some bum country that
That's the
that
first
has.
That's the
We
first
take
one,
their
James.
resources.
We take their resources, and
Because
what
they're
is
too
one of the
stupid
most
to know any
valuable
better.
resources on the planet? It's human capital. So
That's assuming.
same way we watch indigenous species, and don't touch them, is the same way that they would see us. They have no idea of this larger world, just as we don't have an idea of the larger universe around us.
So you're a
And
fan of
can't-
zoo theory?
We can't
Not
comprehend it
necessarily zoo theory,
yet.
because I don't think that they don't. I think they do take a somewhat role in it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Star Trek style, like you can go, but don't bother them.
kind of.
Don't let them know.
Yes.
I got an
Yeah,
interesting,
don't interact.
interesting take on finding aliens. So say that we do find aliens, and they are textbook cliche looking aliens.
Yes.
is that gonna bring like world peace together?
No.
No more racism.
No, because
There's always going to be hatred.
Well, okay,
well, we're
but-
immediately going to
but
turn
get,
all our.
get no more divided countries like we are. Instead of like we are
I think-
America, we are Earth.
I think
And
it'll
we
divide.
don't
I don't
like
think so.
those aliens
No.
over there. So
That's the problem.
It'll
So-
probably be worse.
I'm trying to
They'll
be
like,
optimistic about it. Okay,
Yeah,
like,
but-
Well, but if you're
I
being
think it'll be worse.
Yeah, because
realistic,
they're going to be like, you idiots. This is why we haven't advanced enough to go to space and be with the aliens.
That and whatever country the aliens go to first, everybody's going to be jealous. And
Yeah.
that country's going to be like, see, look how much better we are. They came and talked
clearly
to us.
they're coming
Yeah.
to
no,
Alabama.
That's why they're
it's
talking
going
to
to
several
unite all
countries.
human beings, and
No.
we're going to have it out for
If
the
I had
little
to
green
be
aliens.
honest
No.
about what I
I
thought,
don't think so.
I think it's going to divide us in two.
No, come on.
Kill
We're
them
world
or
peace.
be
But
friends with them.
I think we'll be right. I think we'll be more unified in ways that will lose sight of other things. But then I think there will be a
Let's exploit them.
yeah.
Let's pretend like the aliens found us and they start messing us up everywhere. Not didn't just choose
Didn't
like
pick a place
China.
strategically landed.
They just start demolishing Earth.
Yeah.
Then
Yes.
As far as we are from finding aliens
People
and,
gonna
and exploring the universe and going from galaxy to galaxy, if someone does find us, we don't stand a chance.
You don't think?
Like Christopher Columbus and the
Yeah.
If they have a chance,
or
We-
the
yeah.
Aztecs
we-
and the Spanish.
I love to see it like we're walking around with like a big bazooka but don't know anything about anything, you know, with these atom
Yeah.
bombs and stuff, and it's like, shoot him, shoot that big old bomb.
don't worry, Will Smith will come in and save us
For sure. But see, and
Independence Day.
I think you start to create these ripples in existence with things like that. I think you're going to see some really. I don't mean like Will Smith's going to turn into a superhero, but
Yes.
you're going to see some
He's
weird
going to.
because you're going to see things you don't understand, and immediately we're going to start trying to figure it out as a whole. And I think that's our biggest issue as a global community. Is it's always a competition, first to the moon,
For
first
sure.
to wherever.
For sure.
But if you took us, Russia, China, and everybody started like trying to figure this out together, things
No,
would
there's too
speed
much
up
backstabbing, though. They'll
tenfold.
never do it.
If we're getting bombed by aliens or
Every country's going to be like trying to
be the one
be
that
the
win.
one, yeah, be
Yeah.
the savior, and they're not going to. It's kind of like so 9/11 could have been stopped had the FBI and the CIA and all the other ones worked together, but
For sure. And it's hindsight, and it never seems to, like, even in hindsight, it doesn't seem to change. But it is kind of funny. We had the full spectrum of alien existence, though, all the way down to they're here and they don't exist.
at all.
This is a cool table.
So before we quit the alien talk, I would like to offer two pieces of information that I would say are better information, some of the best information that has been presented and the most reliable. So an ex-minister of national defense from Canada, it's like our secretary of defense for them, came out and said that there have been at least four alien races that have been here and visiting for the last several thousand years.
Can I make a little footnote there?
Yeah.
They also elected a guy addicted to cocaine over and over in Canada.
True story.
and it's Canada.
And it's I'm just footnote
So
forward.
Canadians,
They're
don't
afraid of the
listen
dark.
because apparently we don't like you. I'm
just
just
saying.
joking. I'm the last one that's talking.
How about that?
They're afraid of the dark.
Ford had some drug issues. You know what I mean?
I'm just
Is
saying.
it Ford? What was his name?
Does that make what he's saying? I mean, not
No.
true.
I just remember he looked like Chris
Every one
Farley.
of our presidents has had similar problems, I would say.
Did y'all know? Okay, side note, keep going.
Okay, second piece of information is an FBI document on their website that you can go look up about Roswell. Okay, and in it says an investigation for the Air Force states that 3 so-called flying saucers had been recovered in New Mexico. They were described as being circular in shape with raised centers approximately 50 feet in diameter. Each one was occupied by 3 bodies of human shape but only 3 feet tall, dressed in metallic cloth of a very fine texture. Each body was damaged in a manner similar to the blackout suits used by speed flights and test pilots. Okay, that's an FBI document about Roswell.
How'd you get that?
It's on the FBI website. You can Google it. FBI website. FBI document about Roswell stating flying saucers were recovered. And you can look up newspapers that were written the days after. They said flying saucers recovered in Roswell, New Mexico.
Well, I knew that, and then they made them all go and do like retractions and all that stuff.
Do you believe the FBI?
Do I believe? Not everything they say, but I mean,
Whatever you want to believe.
when you come out at first saying this is
Like
it, and then
everything.
you retract everything in the next couple days because they go, well, maybe we shouldn't tell the world about this. then I would say you probably believe what they said first and tried to cover up.
I wish I'd tried to go to Area 51 while I was still in the Army so I could show them my ID and be like, no, I'm just trying to hit up the PX, guys. Like, I need to get some new uniforms.
Oh, speaking of, you were talking about presidents doing drugs.
Obama.
Do you have any favorite stories? Because I have a
This
favorite
podcast
story
has
Is
about
it
been
it.
for
Kennedy?
last 2
Yeah,
months.
Kennedy.
On
smoking- No, not on meth.
Oh,
You said
Yeah,
drugs.
the
and
government
presidents.
administering drugs.
Are
well,
we
then,
doing just conspiracy theories today? Is that what we're going?
We can. I could talk
The
conspiracy theories
conspiracy
all
theory
day.
podcast.
what's your favorite conspiracy theory?
Oh man, there's so many.
I know, right? What's the one that scares you the most?
Let's not.
Let's do it.
Let's do one a week. Okay, we did aliens today, but just tell us what we're going to talk about next week so we can think about it.
Oh,
I don't know. I like the aliens.
I do too. Aliens are the best.
Dinosaurs built the pyramids.
That's next week.
A T-Rex with long arms.
That's exactly what I said when he said it.
We already decided that's the scariest creature ever.
For sure. So that did lead me. I had a great question for the podcast today, which y'all might want to. We might want to pose this for next week. Y'all can do some research. But if you could bring back any extinct animal, what would it be?
Next week on the Rock the Beat podcast.
I'm gonna have to look up extinct
Yeah.
animals first.
I already
guess.
know which one. If y'all want mine, then.
Clearly.
Because I want to bring back way too many.
Would it be something that would be a threat?
A megalodon
Yes.
for sure.
Don't tell me. Leave me hanging. I'm going to think about it all week and try to guess yours first thing on the next week's podcast.
Perfect.
Do you guys think that 7/24 would be much more doable than 24/7? Okay, let's go into our movie reviews.
So the movie King Kong, when King Kong fights those T-Rexes, is that the best movie scene ever?
Yes.
That is.
Were they T-Rexes or were they?
Oh yeah, they were
they were
T-Rexes.
T-Rexes.
When he breaks that T-Rex's
Yeah.
jaw and then he just like he plays with it.
Yeah.
That is the best movie scene ever. I love King Kong, by the way.
Did
I
you
can
watch?
tell.
Did you watch Rampage?
Yeah,
I,
it was good.
Pretty good.
Yeah,
I like The Rock.
yeah, and the gorillas, right?
Yeah.
We done watched the movie, we about to do some debating. And if it was bad, we gon' say it's bad, it's not hating. And if it was good, we gon' call it good or entertaining. 1 through 6 beers, that is how we do our rating. So sit back, relax, and kick up your feet as the RTB podcast judges movie. And if you got an opinion, you know where you can go stick it. This is our podcast, and you don't have to listen to it.
All right, here on the RTB podcast.
all right.
Once a week, we judge movies. And this week, Bobby J picked a movie called
Ninja Assassin.
and we're gonna judge it.
By the way, they could have picked a better title.
That was a pretty good title. It worked well for my rap intro.
They did.
I think it's based off a graphic novel, though.
I wondered.
Yeah.
It had a lot of things that
It's
made
very
me.
comic booky.
Yeah.
I liked how real the blood was.
How like thick and red and
I don't think it was meant to be real. Kind of like
Yeah.
you know,
The
the
worst-
300
I
movie.
know,
you know,
I
It's
was
meant to be over the
the
top.
worst
It
was
was
the
ridiculous.
when he put her in the dryer and the guy and the guy comes
Yeah,
out.
those things are watertight.
Yeah.
I didn't even think
It's
of
a
that.
washing machine.
I looked at Cassie and I said, "Why is it leaking out that it's blood?" She was like, "That's what you're worried about."
So my only qualm with the whole movie, my only one, I didn't mind it at all. I actually kind of enjoyed it. But you know when he's in the warehouse and they've got him strapped in and he kills, I'm not kidding you, 70 ninjas.
He's the best.
Right. I have we don't have to discuss the physics of killing 70 people at all. I enjoyed watching that whole part. But as an FBI or whatever CIA agent,
Interpol.
Interpol, how do you explain 70 dead bodies the next day? Because you can't clean that up.
Ninjas.
They
Exactly.
disintegrate when they die.
Like vampires?
They just disappear.
I will
Into
tell
the
you, though,
shadows.
I do
I
appreciate
didn't see that
I
part.
didn't either.
the way they filmed it, and they never tried to explain ninjas to you. They were just like, sometimes in the shadows you can't see them.
Yeah,
And it's
have
not
you
like
ever watched like a male lead role movie? That's what always happens.
Right.
They kill everybody. That was Polar.
He's the best.
That's what happens.
I will say, for me, let's do the ratings, and then I guess we can dissect.
No.
Well, you're up.
continue
No,
dissecting.
BG's got to start.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, that's fine. We jumped into it.
No, I'm
but
pretty sure he goes last.
Because I will say,
You
that,
always
start.
start with your
there was about 15
I went
minutes
last on mine.
in the beginning of the
Wasn't your
movie
movie.
where I was scared I picked the wrong movie. Because I was like, this is cheesy.
It's super cheesy.
But I like that they opened so cheesy, but then it got better. Like as
Wait
it
for
went
your
on.
turn.
That's what I just said, and then y'all were like, "No, we're here. Let's do it."
BG.
I enjoyed it. I mean, it was as ridiculous as I remember.
Was it as good as did you like it a lot better when you were younger?
Yeah, I mean, it was ninjas, and I was like 9 or 10, I think.
Oh, I bet.
And I was like, yeah, it's cool. They're killing people. But I mean, it was still a fun movie to watch. I don't know. I'd probably give it a 3.
You were 9 or 10 when that came out?
It was 2009. Well, I guess I was more like 12, 13.
God, I feel so old.
How old were you?
24.
So BG's a 3. I enjoyed the movie. I think they could have done without the supernatural aspect of it, where they were healing themselves, and I mean there was a couple things that they did that was
the
like
end?
superhuman.
At the end where they were like literally
I
turning
think
into shadows.
they could have done without that, and it still would have been a pretty decent movie. I gave it a 3 also.
Deputy Dave?
I gave it a 4 just because it brought back nostalgia, because I don't know, well, back in the 80s, I remember when in the 90s there were 80s movies that were called American Ninja. It was about a guy that went to Japan and he was an American dude and just kicked a bunch of ninjas. but he was like America's only trained ninja or something. But yeah, it brought back stuff like that. So I really liked it.
Terrible 2.
Terrible 2.
Terrible 2. No, pretty good as far as those go, but don't like them. Don't like
Not your type of movie.
ninja movies that are trying to be serious. Have you seen Kung Fu Hustle?
No.
Yes.
It's hard to watch. It's hard to watch ninja movies and not think about that.
I thought that the Kung Fu, if you will, was good. I thought they did good on that.
Nope, 2.
I'm not trying to get you to change your score.
Quozo.
I give it a 3. I enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I would, mostly because it started out so bad and then got better. But like Pat said, there were certain moments where they could have done without
A little bit of
I
supernatural.
didn't mind the healing and but the shadows, and like there were a couple moments where you were like, no, all right, come on. Like, I will tell you though, my first thought was, if you ever decide, back to the dueling thing, you want to duel and that guy has a chain with a knife on the end of it, you better believe I will not agree under any if you even mention, I don't know what that thing's called. I
Yeah,
don't
but
know.
what if you got your Beretta that you're so in love with?
No, I'm not doing my Beretta with
And the
that
duel's
guy.
at 60 yards.
I can't hit him. Well, okay.
Got 15 rounds before it gets to you.
What's his range though? He was hitting people at 30.
That thing was like 10 yards long.
Well, that was a movie.
Nah, it was real.
Wasn't it
long.
kind of funny that
in a dark? So you get a Beretta.
10
Kind of
yards.
expanded and
10
did
yards
whatever
long
as
is-
it needed.
He said it was 10
it was
yards
very
long.
malleable chain.
wasn't it kind of funny that the old man just broke that thing, and he was like, he looked at his chain like, what?
Yeah. It's like, I've been wrecking people all movie with this thing.
Now my chain breaks right now.
I thought it was funny
I
that he
knew I
was
should
like,
have changed chains before I came over here.
Yeah.
the knife on the end of it looked like 4 or 5 inches, and he was just chopping whole legs off with it.
Oh, I did
Just
like
clean off.
how he killed the main
The
guy,
brother.
the bad guy.
Yeah.
I like how he killed him.
How
that was
it?
pretty cool.
How'd he kill him?
He had the knife stuck through the bad guy's hand, and then he wrapped the chain around his hand and his body, and then he pulled the chain tight, and the bad guy's own hand with his knife through it. Did y'all watch
Yeah.
the movie?
Yeah.
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 I don't remember.
You're doing a
That
good
was
job
pretty cool.
explaining it. Yeah.
So then he pulled like the chain and his own hand towards his face and went in his neck.
Yeah.
I was so mad when the girl shot the guy at the end, and then it didn't affect him
Yeah.
at all.
What about the scene in the bathroom
That's
where
my
he stabbed
favorite.
that Australian like in the neck, and he was like, "You're gonna need more than a what do you call
He
it?
said that tickled or
a
something.
fabric knife. You kill me."
The bathroom fight's my favorite.
Yeah.
He came out so
good.
bloody.
Oh yeah.
I like that's when he turned against his.
They did have all the
Papa.
elements though. You know what I mean? Like the whole the love interest that they kill. And then
Immediately.
that was the hardest moment of the movie for me. I was like,
He didn't
At least
even
it
get to
wasn't a
love her.
dog.
She was,
I know.
She was very pretty.
I kept hoping she was gonna have gotten away, and like they were gonna meet back up and go kill them all together. And then when that wasn't gonna happen, I was like,
I mean, thank God that her heart was on the left side or the right side. You know.
No, we're talking about the other one.
Wait, who?
The
one at the
Asian chick at the
beginning.
beginning.
The Asian
Oh
chick.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
and why did he kill the old man that was doing the tattoos? That seemed unnecessary.
That wasn't him.
You can't leave anybody alive.
That wasn't him. That was
that was
the
the girl.
clan.
Yeah.
The clan was hired to kill people.
Oh.
And that guy had the same thing. His heart was on the opposite side.
Yeah, it was foreshadowing the
Yeah.
lady at the end. That's all it was really.
That's
for.
good, BJ. I'm
We
glad
watched
you know that word.
We watched Deadpool 2 last night.
Is it good?
And Ryan Reynolds said something with a whole bowl of foreshadowing right to the camera. And I looked at Cassie and went, "What is going on?"
Are y'all good at spotting foreshadowing? Like,
Oh, Cassie
think
tells
so.
me
Yeah.
every single time.
that's foreshadowing.
She
you
says it
know?
out loud.
Sometimes I will admit the only moment in that whole movie I really thought about it was when with the tracer, when he gave her that little tracker beacon.
Yeah.
And I was like, because that moment where he's like, I can find you anywhere in the world. You're just like, oh, that's coming back into play.
Did it seem
But
a
you've
little-
never seen you never with a computer or anything like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. It's like, we're here.
It's like he's got two. What are they? The things that cross.
And then they bust up in that with Humvees and M249s unload.
That seemed a little corny when they zoomed out and it was like a drone shot and there was Humvees and Jeeps and stuff
And the
breaking
helicopter
through
with the light.
on the side of this mountain.
Yeah.
I was like,
How'd they get up there?
what's going on?
Yeah, how did they drive those Humvees up there?
I thought it was pretty funny when he was like, "They're tracking our scent." It's like, that's new. I didn't know ninjas could do that.
did-
Ninja dogs. They train dog ninjas
It
too.
did lead me to the questions, though. I wanted to dive into like ninja lifestyles and like, what do you think truly is possible? Like when you think about
Ninja smells.
ninjas in the historical context, right? Because wasn't it like ninjas and samurais were always?
Let me just
I
mute
wish
you.
I did more research on this before.
Okay, that was the Rock the Beat Studios movie review for Ninja Assassin. That's Bobby G's pick. Ninja Assassin's official rating is what, Pat? You did the math?
3,
3. Stamped. Ninja Assassin.
which is our.
Not bad.
That's around the table. That's
Assassinated.
5 movies in, y'all.
Yeah, we're
Sweet,
gonna
sweet.
quit from now on.
No, we're not.
What's okay? While we're here, what's the next movie?
Yeah, Pat, you're up again.
I guess this is going to kind of be nostalgia, but hopefully nobody has seen this yet. But it's probably a movie that's near and dear to everyone's middle of their heart.
Goonies.
Yeah, I never got bottom of the heart.
I haven't seen it yet. We're going to
Snatch.
go with Mowgli
Nice.
Oh,
on
okay.
Netflix.
Mowgli.
Yeah,
I haven't seen.
Oh, the
Jungle
new
Book story.
Jungle Book.
New Jungle
Yeah,
Book.
it-
I
that's-
haven't seen it yet.
Is
That's
that
a
the sequel
cool-
to the Jungle Book?
I don't know. I don't
I think it's
know.
just another retelling.
I haven't seen it yet.
I thought they did like a live action Jungle Book and then they did Mowgli.
But it is on Netflix, and Christian Bale is
Adult Mowgli.
no, he's
one of the animals.
He's
Oh, okay.
Bagheera, I think.
The tiger.
Yeah,
How come sometimes Bagheera is a female and
The
sometimes
panther.
it's a dude?
I haven't noticed that.
I'm pretty sure in the cartoon Bagheera was a chick, right?
Mm,
Am I wrong?
I have no idea.
I don't think so.
Christian Bale is Bagheera. Kate Blanchett is Ka.
Caw.
But did y'all like
Is that the
Jungle
snake?
Book growing up?
Benedict Cumberbatch
Not
is
particularly.
No,
Shere Khan.
Check on.
I'm totally into this.
I
Yeah.
love Jungle Book when I was a
Yeah.
kid.
Yeah, I did too.
So
It's
if
the-
Shere Khan's in it, it can't be a sequel.
No, I guess not.
Yeah.
I mean, they've done a couple now because.
The
did y'all see the one right before this one?
Yes.
That was good.
Yeah, it was good. Mom.
Christopher Walken was the orangutan.
Yeah.
That was kind of a
yeah,
scary
and
scene too.
Who was there were a bunch of famous people in it.
I think Bill Murray was in it.
Yeah,
I
he was
think you're
Baloo.
right.
Of course.
Yeah. It was really good. Mom made us go see it with her for Mother's Day. And
Yeah.
Mom always that's what
Made
she
us.
Yeah.
We went to go
Well,
see
I
it
think-
with
That
my
sounded
mother
great.
on
Sorry,
Mother's Day.
yeah,
Yeah.
didn't make us. But
mom made me go see it.
Mom always wants to go see a movie on Mother's Day, and 9 out of 10 times it's a Marvel movie. But we did a double feature that day, and whatever Marvel movie came out around the same time, Civil War maybe.
Infinity's Wars.
It was
You
one
can't
of
pull
I think it's Civil
them.
the Infinity's Wars.
You can pluralize anything.
Okay.
I pluralizes everything that I says. Because I's two peoples.
I pluralize a couple things here and there.
Yay, sports!
Did you stop recording?
Now that you
it was just hitched.
did
Never
our
mind.
sports intro, we're really not going to get into sports. Have y'all heard about the massage parlor in Jupiter, Florida?
Is this
Uh-uh.
got to do with
Yeah, this is recent news. This is news.
what's his name?
Robert Kraft,
Yes.
the owner of the Patriots.
Did you?
He's gonna be arrested, I guess, and he's not even. From what I hear, there's like hundreds of people that are getting indicted. Is that correct, David?
Yeah.
And Robert Kraft is supposedly not the biggest name either. But there's something going on at this massage parlor in Jupiter, Florida. That is must be really cool because Robert Kraft, I think the Cities Group Bank, the CEO has been going there. There's another billionaire that's been going there. Like, why are these people traveling to Jupiter, Florida to this massage parlor? What is going on?
They're saying it's like sex trafficking. So they're,
Is it underage sex trafficking?
Yeah, because it goes all the way back to like China, or it reaches over to China.
I haven't read that about that yet.
Yeah.
From my understanding, it's you would think just happy endings, but something.
Yeah, but you can get a happy ending anywhere.
So
happy
what
ending
happens
from a child, though?
Yeah, what happens a lot of times at
Let's
these
not do
places?
that.
I'm just saying. I mean, that's
is
what they're
where
into.
They will, like, people that want to come to America will go to like go to someone like a gang member or like a large gang like the Triad or whatever, and they'll be like, hey, I want to go to America. And they'll be like, okay, well, we'll get you there on this fake visa, but you have to work it off once you get there. And then they end up working at these places where they have to like
Sex trafficking.
sucky
So-
fucky old guys. And,
I just Googled massage parlor in Jupiter, Florida. The first thing that came up on Google, I clicked it, and it's a advertisement for Jeff T. Gorman Law Offices. And it says, accused of a sex crime in Florida? You need Gorman, an aggressive defense lawyer. So apparently
That's hilarious.
this list is,
wow.
for those of you that need to know,
Let's call him.
I'll call him on the pod.
By the way, that's
Let's call him on the
also
pod.
Florida news,
Florida,
Florida
news
man.
again. I don't see a phone number.
which is a reoccurring
Contact us.
topic on the RTB pod.
Yeah, if I don't have a Florida intro next week, y'all need to punch me in the face.
It is 1772.
Call Gorman 772 888.
That's a lot
For
of
all of you idiots, here's an easy number to remember.
I mean, these
772.
people,
I want a list though.
they're not from Jupiter, Florida. I mean, Robert Kraft owns the Patriots
He
in
lives in Boston.
Massachusetts. So something pretty good is going on in this massage
man.
parlor.
Yeah.
I mean, I really hope it's not what.
I'm just saying, if they're all
Kids,
going all the way to Florida for that, that's what I assume.
Fantastic HJs.
Yeah, or ZJs.
What's a ZJ?
If you got to ask, you can't afford it.
Shoot.
That's crazy.
Little brother burn.
Y'all want to play a game?
Yeah,
Let's play a game.
I love games.
It's going to take a turn for the worse, and this will just be the end of it.
Okay.
It's going to be a long game.
Okay.
All right, we got to pick sides first.
I'm on
Pretty easy.
There we go.
across the table. Is that how we're doing this?
Ladies and gentlemen,
Everybody got their beers?
I gotta get one.
Get one.
ladies
I'm out.
Shoot. All right, this means wrong. This means right. Bobby G, you over there?
Yep,
Still here?
I'm here.
Still with us? You
I'm
look-
just waiting for my partner
Your
to get
teammate
back.
just bailed.
Are we going sides of the table versus sides of the table? Left
I
versus
assume.
right?
Yes.
Good versus bad? Close versus far?
Yeah.
All right, so left side of the
For
table.
clarification.
Quozo and Bobby G versus Deputy Dave and Pat.
You remember like minds.
All right. The object of the game is the exact same as Family Feud.
So we're playing Family Feud.
We're playing a game that's
No,
not,
we're not.
It's
That's
not Family
copyrighted.
Feud, but it's the same as Family Feud.
But different, because
But super different. So, round one. I need two people to step up here. And there's a
I'll go
button.
first.
There's a button in the middle. No, get down.
Sit down.
You don't need to do all that. You're doing too much.
Do this.
I get excited.
All right, so I don't know. Can you guys just like shout out?
Can we just go ding?
Say your name.
Yeah, but then who decides who said it first?
You.
You're the
Oh, yeah.
judge.
Good job.
Ooh, the power.
I had one job.
The power's going to my head.
So you're gonna say Dave. I'm gonna say Quo.
All right.
All right. Round one. Name a reason you might get rid of an old family heirloom.
Dave.
David.
Money.
Quo.
It's broken.
Quo got number 1. Dave got number 4. Quo, does your team want to play or pass?
Play.
They're going to play. There's 5 more possible answers. BG, name a reason you might get rid of an old family heirloom.
It's haunted.
So we get 3 misses, right?
That's 1X.
Okay.
Quo, you're going to have to be careful here. You've already got 1X. You only get 3. Name a reason. I'm not going to read it every time. Go ahead.
Smells bad.
Back to Bobby G.
Charity.
Name a reason. You've got 2 X's here. You got to be extra careful.
Charity.
Wow.
Did it for me.
I didn't know.
That's 3 X's. Looks like the right side of the table can steal here. There are still 5 open answers.
There's 5 open or 3 open?
There's 5 more answers
There are
open.
7 total answers to begin with.
Right side of the table. Name a reason you might get rid of an old family heirloom. Are you?
We're going to go with gift. Rexo.
What are the other 5?
Okay, looks like left side of the table wins this round. That's 1 for left side of the table. The remaining answers were it's ugly, divorce, I have too much stuff, Family Feud. I don't know what that means. I'm moving. Round number 2.
I feel like I have too much stuff is gift.
How?
Because you're going to give it away.
All right, Bobby G and Pat, you're up.
Step up to the mics.
Step up to the.
You just say BG.
I need Bobby G
And say
from
it
the
quick.
left side of the table and Pat from the right side of the table. Step up and say your names when you know an answer. Where do kids nowadays spend most of their time?
Pat.
Patrick, go ahead.
Social media.
Bobby G.
Their room.
Oh, their room is number 1. Social media or the internet is
Have a
number
better
3.
answer.
So you guys want to pass or play?
Play.
They're going to play again. Right side of the table is not doing great. All right. 5 more answers. Number 1 and number 3 are taken.
Fortnite and video games the same thing.
Quozo, where do kids nowadays spend most of their time?
Do Fortnite and video games count as the same answer?
Just say video games.
Video games.
No, video games are not on the board. That's 1X. Bobby G, where do kids nowadays spend most of their time?
The park.
That is definitely not on there.
It is.
Game is a lie. And you have the wrong information.
We've asked 100 people.
Is there
so-
free Wi-Fi at this park?
What did you ask to 100? Yeah. Golly.
Quozo, you already have 1X. Where do kids nowadays spend most of their time?
School.
Okay.
They have no choice.
Back to Bobby G. There are still 3 answers left on the board. Where do kids nowadays spend most of their time?
At a friend's house.
You guys are killing it. I'm not going to lie.
Easy.
This is really good. 2 more answers on the board. Quozo, where do kids nowadays spend most of their time?
In bed, asleep.
Bed was already
Part of
the
room.
room.
That's an X.
So... Bobby G, 2 X's. Where do kids nowadays spend most of their time?
Pornhub.
That's social media.
Oh. Sorry, you guys have
Is I guess this
3 X's,
this
and the
is-
right side of the table has a chance to steal.
is a G-rated game, I guess.
We're going to go to the right side of the table. Deputy Dave, where do kids nowadays spend most of their time?
Would sports be under school?
I'm not allowed to answer that.
All right, I'm gonna go with playing sports.
That noise is really more
The other 2
painful.
are
Bathroom.
the mall and
Who goes to the mall?
work.
What kid works nowadays?
Yeah.
What is work?
I didn't make this up. I'm just.
Is being an influencer considered work now?
You want to do another round, or are we just done
Yes.
with that?
Another round.
Give us some
One more.
trivia. Or
I didn't plan for trivia. If you want trivia, you plan for it.
I don't want to play trivia with you at all.
You don't want to play
We
trivia.
played
with him.
trivia last night.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have guessed. Well,
Useless knowledge.
I can see it.
We played trivia last night with my family, my brother and sister and dad and
Ladies
stepmother.
and gentlemen.
Round 3.
Thought we were done. Pat said we were done.
I don't care.
Round 3.
Do one
Back
more.
to
One more
me.
round.
Last round. Name a reason a person might wake up at 2 in the morning.
Quo.
All right, Quozo.
That is incorrect.
What is it called when you have one of those thoughts? Those
A nightmare.
nightmare.
Thanks, Dave.
Dave, do you have a
Work.
nightmare? Was 5 levels above work. There are 7 more answers on the board. Bobby G, name a reason.
Gotta go pee-pee.
That's number 1.
Do you think that encompasses taking a number 2 too?
The bathroom.
The bathroom was covered completely in number 1.
Can we ask if dream and nightmare is the same? Surely you can.
Yeah, I think.
It just says bad dream, so I just gave it to him.
All right.
There is no nightmare or good dream on the
Good dream.
Quozo.
Your spouse.
Spouse is not on there?
No.
Wow.
Bobby G, name a reason a person might wake up at 2 in the morning.
Cold.
All right, still only 1 X, and there are 4 more answers on the board.
Intruder.
Quozo,
There were 8 total answers?
9.
Wow.
Intruder.
You have
Look,
2
if you don't
X's.
wake up for an intruder, you're an idiot.
Okay. Yeah, pipe it down, bud. Bobby G, same question. Name a person that reason will wake up at 2 in the evening.
Because them darn dogs ain't gonna stop barking.
What the?
There's Quozo. You're down to 3 answers.
Thunderstorms.
That's going to go underneath the heard a noise.
What? Wait. What, Judge? Come on.
Wait.
That's
No,
so
if we'd have
broad.
been on Family Feud, we'd seen that heard a noise thing flip, and I'd have known that the dogs and the thunderstorms.
Yeah, that's not.
Well, this isn't Family Feud. This is the door table feud.
All right.
Messed up.
That's 3 X's. There's 3 things left on the board. Right side of the table, name a
got this.
reason a person might wake up at 2 in the morning.
Smoke alarm.
You guys are terrible.
Under
at this.
noise.
What were the others?
A baby.
How is a dog barking and a smoke
baby.
alarm? Yeah,
That's all noises.
Yeah, that's all
It's
noise.
all noises. I just put it under noise, but
You
noise is
gotta
already
keep
taken.
in mind, this is all based on cultural votes, right?
It's also based on my opinion. Kinda.
I think we got robbed.
This game's
I think y'all did.
this game's
The
called
other-
In the Mind of Rex.
The other 2 were hungry/thirsty and
I wanted to say
itchy.
peanut butter.
Itchy.
Have you ever tried to sleep with poison ivy?
Yeah, I
Fair.
have,
It's
yeah.
or
And I can't tell you how many. I can't tell you how many times I've gotten up and eaten a spoonful of peanut butter and gone back to bed.
that does relieve the itch.
Have you ever gotten up, eaten a spoonful of peanut butter like 2 in the morning, got back in bed, and your wife goes,
Peanut butter.
and then rolls over?
No.
You smell like peanut butter.
You don't rebrush your teeth.
Oh, it's 2 in the morning, bro.
You're sleeping with a spoonful of peanut butter in your mouth.
I'm about to brush them in like 3 hours.
You just trying to go into song.
A little bit.
A spoonful of peanut butter.
Helps
That's
the
like a slug
medicine
of
go
milk.
down.
You're good to go.
Where are we at? 6 hours of recording?
Yeah, 6 hours recording this will probably be cut down to like, what,
45
30
minutes.
Anybody got anything?
I do.
I've really enjoyed this, guys. This has been a good day. Thank
good
you all for
one.
this. I
Yeah,
was
I'm
in a
so
good
ready to
place.
shoot
I'm
hoops.
glad you wore those shoes, so you're in a good mood.
Yeah. I think it's, you know what they say, look good, feel good.
Any last thoughts?
true.
I never have a last thought. There's always one more.
And that's my final thought.
All right, let me just go through my.
We make a good team.
Dun, dun, dun.
Do you think that if you put the 5 of us on a court, we could fill every position?
To
Yeah.
play
Yeah.
basketball?
Yeah. How do we post up? How's this shake down? Obviously,
I'm gonna be LeBron.
I'm in the center.
yeah.
5, 4, 3,
2, 1.
1 and 2. Yeah,
Yeah.
because those are kind of you can
Same
swap those
thing.
around. Yeah.
We're like Chris Paul and James
Yeah.
Harden.
What does that mean? All the numbers you just said.
Yep.
Do you guys want the fact
Center,
of the
strong
podcast?
forward.
Yeah. Fact of the podcast.
The fact of the week? It has to do with falcons.
Sweet.
the jet?
They're the most efficient hunter in the world.
Falcon breeders.
The hat.
Oh, is this the hat?
Oh my god.
Turn my mic off. I don't want to have this conversation.
When falcon breeders want to breed falcons, they wear special Falcon Sex Hats. The hat encourages the falcon to shag the breeder's head and
Shag?
collect the falcon's sperm, which can then be artificially inseminated. And if you want to type in Falcon Sex Hat, be
The
my
picture,
guest.
the picture is funny. It's the funniest
It
looking.
looks like a,
dude.
a beehive.
It looks.
How intense into falcons do you have to be to let a falcon your head?
Boom.
My thing was, why? Why a hat? You could make literally anything. Put it on a fence post. Why do you want it to your head?
Because they're really into falcons.
Yeah, but it's like, oh, it's so beautiful.
Did you see the
The art
picture
of-
though
The
of
art
the guy?
of recreation.
This is when I wish we had
I wanted
video
to feel
content
it.
because the guy in the picture is like
Lord.
wearing the hat.
Yes, yeah.
He's just like, "Hey guys, this is my job."
Is
I was
that
like,
bestiality?
And I want to know how that never ended up on Dirty Jobs.
it's like humanality
Like I feel like
for the
that's
Falcons.
It was probably the sex aspect of it.
season premiere for Dirty Jobs.
That was a terrible thing to find on the internet on accident.
Yeah.
I was like, what? This
Did
is
not
definitely
need to say it.
this is going to be the
Oh.
fact of the
Be
week.
careful Googling that.
Did you Google that or did you come across it as a meme?
It was Twitter.
Oh, because I came across some great memes this week, and
What'd you find?
one of them was a picture of 6ix9ine in a suit in court, and he's doing like this, and they're
With
like,
his
Yeah.
colorful hair.
yeah, and they said something about, well, now that we've moved on from, they said something about his murder charges, and he was like, well, now y'all got.
I've given you 21
Yeah,
Savage.
giving you 21 Savage, and they said something about, well, we're moving on to your sex charges. He goes, have you ever heard of Robert Kraft?
No, he also said Y&W Melly killed his two best friends. Have you heard of Robert Kraft?
You know, when 6ix9ine found out about the Melly thing,
Yeah.
he was like,
I don't know, because
yes. 6ix9ine's gonna be album out next year.
that Melly kid,
He's done.
my gosh.
No,
Have you heard the song?
is that the one where
The
he
murder,
says,
murder on my mind?
Yeah.
I haven't. Is that the one? Who is it that says?
It's hard to listen to.
Is
I
he the
mean,
one that says?
knowing what you know.
I didn't mean to shoot him.
Yeah. He
He
just
just-
caught me by surprise.
There was this great meme too of that it said when you're playing Fortnite or when you're playing some sort
your
of battle
friend
royale.
wants-
I didn't mean to shoot him. He just
That's terrible.
accidental friendly fire.
Wasn't
Yeah.
there just a Fortnite competition?
I don't know. I've moved on to Apex
Well, I heard there was a Fortnite competition.
They're
a big
trying
thing, $30
really
million
hard.
pot.
to get attention.
They've done several of those.
What do you mean they're trying hard? That's been like the biggest thing
Well,
for 2 years.
But they're doing it because I would imagine that happened because Apex has taken so much attention from them.
Yeah, one of the
They're-
big.
I don't think this was because of that. I
statistics.
think that's like an annual thing.
It is, and I don't know if they're definitely trying to hype. I will admit though, the Fortnite brand is staying strong, and you know why I think
It's
that
not
is?
going to go away.
No.
It's because they
And-
bring something new every season.
Well, so we were talking
And I
about.
don't even play it, but I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't spend money on these games because it's not where my priorities are. But apparently, Apex is.
It's not in the budget.
It's not in the budget. It's not what I'm spending my $75 on. That's for sure. By the way, still to this day, I'm coming in on. It seems like $25 short every time. Like
you need
under
more?
budget.
Oh.
No.
Under budget, gotcha.
Crushing it.
Oh,
So you're doing 50 a
game,
week.
Good game for the price though. Is the Far Cry New Dawn, $30?
Yeah. I need to check that out.
I got it. It's good.
But they were saying the marketplace in Apex, it cost almost twice as much. You know, they're buying like skins and stuff, right? A skin's twice as expensive in Apex as Fortnite.
Do y'all
I-
just hate the video game talk intro, or you just want me to
Sorry,
get rid
I
of
just
it?
jumped into it.
I don't really want to talk about video games
No.
today. We were getting in. That's more like culture, I think.
You know how long that took me to make?
We'll get it next
About
time.
30
We'll get it.
minutes.
About
Less.
20.
I just downloaded it. I'm just
15.
messing. Did you guys notice we're on YouTube now?
No.
There was a
Oh.
button. There's a little button that I
Forgot to click.
just ignored it the whole time I was uploading, and it said, "Would you like us to share your podcast on YouTube?" So it's like a picture of our little RTB pod, and
When
it
is
just
the
it's
new-
for free on
When's
YouTube
the
now.
new thing coming out?
Yeah.
What new thing?
Our emojis.
No way.
Spotify.
That's on Facebook already.
But
Are
it's not on
you gonna make it a
Spotify, Google
cover?
Podcast, Podbean, or.
No, I'm not changing our RTB pod logo.
Oh, okay.
You want to
okay.
keep brand recognition, but I just made our cover photo on Facebook.
Mhm.
The Bitmojis.
I need to go follow us on Facebook.
I don't
you
have a Facebook.
We get a lot of comments on there. Not really. Well, it's been a fun. Anybody got anything else?
Are we not going to talk about orange juice?
What do you mean?
Yellow juice.
It's orange.
It's orange.
I-
Yellow juice is lemonade.
Boneless wings or chicken nuggets.
True story.
Yeah, I saw that in the group
I'm
chat.
not against the idea
We talked
though
about
that
garages.
colors are perspective.
Stay out of the garage conversation.
Orange juice is yellow.
It's not yellow. It's not orange. Put it next to an orange.
Orange, you glad I didn't say banana?
Did you find Evan's beard hair that he left over there for you?
He didn't listen to that
I
episode.
haven't heard it yet. Did he leave a beard hair for me?
He's gonna leave it in here somewhere.
He found one of yours.
Yeah, he found one of yours in there. and he was
Stop.
like,
I had a beard hair in the.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah. He goes-
disgusting.
He pulled it out in disgust.
Did he keep it?
I think he stuck it in his
He
pocket.
ate it.
Did he stick it in his beard?
No, well, then he took one from his. And he went,
We call it beard fusion. It's a thing.
Is yours turning red yet?
It's a transplant.
I don't know. I can't see it. Can you see it?
I can see my beard.
No, you can't. I can see my mustache. I can't see my beard.
You ever get white
I
dust?
can see my beard.
You ever get sheetrock dust in your mustache and you can really see it?
No, I get cheese dip in my beard all the time.
Let's get out of here. I'm ready to shoot hoops.
Yep.
do it.
Anybody else want to say something important for the listeners?
I would like to say that I am
Sure.
genuinely appreciative.
Yes, absolutely, and really appreciate thoughts, emails, comments on social media. We appreciate it all.
Send us more emails.
Bring it to us.
Thank
And
you,
I
Evan.
need to revisit the internet troll conversation later on the next podcast and explain myself because I've realized that I might possibly be an internet troll.
You're most definitely an internet troll.
Definitely
Even if
are
you-
an
I
if
just
you're-
realized
troll.
it all depends on how good I am
I'm an
at the
internet
game.
troll.
At what point do you stop being a troll and become a critic, though?
When it's valid.
What makes you valid?
It's never valid.
When you say how my taste, that's different than my.
Even if you're
Next episode.
even if you're good friends with us and you're listening, let us know, please.
No.
Email us. We wait for your emails all week, and then
Yeah.
we read every 10,000 of them to each other.
It made us
Stop.
sad.
We got 10,000.
Mowgli,
Mowgli.
Netflix.
Mowgli.
Next
Mowgli
week.
on
Mowgli
Netflix.
Watch
on Netflix.
Everybody watch it. Thank you for listening. We hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. Here at the RTB Pod, that's the intro. Follow or friend us on Facebook at Rock to Beat Podcast. Follow us on Twitter. Follow us on Twitter at RTB Pod.
Listening to the podcast, now it's over.
Turn this off.
Let's redo that.
Let me redo that. I'm reading the intro. Thanks for listening.
Thank you, guys.
Everybody want to say thank you this week?
Pat out.
Send us some emails. Deputy Dave, you got something?
I too got something.
You never say anything anymore.
Because you always like start it. and
Well, let's
we
start it
just
again.
Cut it.
What do you got?
Avoid a tragic death. Stay away from myth.
You've been listening to the podcast, now it's over. I wrote this here just so we could have closure. RTB took you on an odyssey as we headed out the bar like a walk-off homer. This is the end, this is the end. If you still listening, you can probably turn it off now. Unless you're looking for these outro bars, then I'ma go hard till the neighbors call the cops. And I gotta tell them, hey, I know Deputy Dave and Bobby G say, let Resto Quozo play. You've been listening to the podcast, now it's over. I told you, turn it off, but you're still here. I suppose I can keep putting flows in your ears till you're bleeding out your nose or until you can't hear. I suppose I should let you know about the email, rtbpod@gmail. Hit us up, let us know if you think we failed. Tell us why, don't leave out a single detail, cause we need the criticism. We need you to tell us when we need to do it different. Just bring it to our attention. You know our minds been living in different dimensions, and it might be time to bend and switch up the rhythm. I don't know, I can't say. It's all I wrote for the outro, so hey, thanks for listening, and this is goodbye. And I hate to say this every time, but subscribe.
You win.
Could she have technically sued me if I was illegal?